The sun shines for the just and the unjust, the good and the wicked, the rich and the poor. This week we traverse the nation as a media group, from Ruiru constituency, Kiambu County, to Nyakach constituency in Kisumu County, towards looking at the cost-cutting measures towards running and maintaining a house that is solar energy. I'm Martin Githenji, and this is Tujenge. Build it better. Our search for affordable housing led us to Nyakach in Kisumu County, where the waters are fresh, but the hyacinth ruins the view. The heat was unbearable, but the solutions to this was a mud house built by Dominic, which keeps the sun's heat at bay. But mud houses are an affordable housing topic for another day. Today, we meet Dominic, who has lived off the power grid, yani hana stima ya Kenya Power, for 7 years. Yes! Miaka 7 bila stima. But how? Hii nyumba imekuwa hapa for 7 years ama umefanya redecoration mara kwa mara?
Hii nyumba imekuwa for 7 years.
Huku nimenotice kuna maeneo ambao kuko na stima, kuna maeneo mengine hakuna stima. Lakini hapa uliamua unataka kwenda njia nyingine. Hebu tuambie kwa nini uliamua hivyo?
Wakati hii stima ilikuja, ilikaa sana. Sasa nikaona ningoje stima ili nichukue sola, nikaa naye kabla nipate stima. Matumizi ya sola hapa nyumbani ni kwa mataa na kuchaji simu na kwa TV na radio.
Kwa sasa hata stima ikakuja. Wajunaona wamefikisha sasa karibu inapitia hapa nje. Kwa nini haukuamua kuingiza kwa nyumba?
Mita niliapply 2018. Paka wa leo. Sijaiona. Tena nika-apply last year. Mwezi wa 7. Paka wa leo sijaiona. Sasa niliamua kungojea mita ili ni bado niendelee na sola. Kuna
manufaa ambayo umepata ambayo labda haungepata ukiwa na stima?
Kitambo ukitaka kuchaji simu, utaenda kwingine kuchaji simu na utatumia shilingi 20. Tena kitambo wakati sikuwa na sola, nilikuwa nanunua mafuta taa. Sasa hii mambo ya mafuta taa ilisha hapa kwangu.
Utaendelea kukaa na sola ama bado unataka kuongeza stima?
Stima ikikuja, nitakaa tu na stima na sola. Ndio kuna wakati stima itapotea.
Kweli.
Na sola itapotea.
Kweli kabisa.
Ndio.
Watoto jioni ikifika ni kuona TV wanafurahia kabisa.
Wanafurahia sana. Ndio.
Na pia kufanya homework.
Watoto wanafanya tu homework vizuri. Kuna lati ya kutosha. Hata tangu nikuwe na hiyo sola, hakuna siku imewahi nisumbua, ati imezimeka nini wala nini. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So, hii ndio gani hii? Hii ni mkopa. Hii ndio ulianza nayo? Hii ndio nilianza nayo.
Hii nayo inapeana nini na nini?
Hii ndio natumia kwa light na kuchaji simu.
Aha. Ndio. Halafu nikaona kuna nyingine iko hapa ambayo ni kubwa kidogo.
Kuna nyingine iko hapa nyuma. Hiyo ndio inatumika kwa TV na radio.
So hizi nazo inaweza kaa siku mzima ama kuna wakati inakatika?
Ina depend na wakati wa jua. Jua iko sawa, iko tu sawa. Lakini kuna wakati jua inapotea, hiyo ndio shida, inakuwa na shida kidogo.
Hapa ndio unasema uliweka hii ya stima?
Hii ndio sasa hapa ndio nimeamua niweke mita ya stima.
Mita kwanza alafu ndio
moto ingie.
Moto ingie.
Ndio.
Wiring ushamaliza?
Wiring nishamaliza.
Wakiweka tu mita wanateremsha kutoka wapi?
Pole ndio hii.
Pole ndio hapa tu karibu. Kwa hivyo ni mbio tu shwa. Walete ndani. Okay. Acha tuone hiyo wiring ndani. This solar system caters for basic necessities in the homestead like lighting and entertainment. Dominic can proudly say that he does not live in the dark ages. Galau tumeondokea hiyo joto. Naona TV, naona radio, hizo ziko on. So kuna battery hapo ina charge.
Kuna battery hapo ina charge.
Bado unatumia battery tu ya kawaida tu?
Battery pia ni ya solar.
Kuna solar battery specific.
Ndio.
Okay. So hii ndio wiring ya stima.
Hii ndio wiring ya stima.
Najua pia unaweza kuwa unatumia hii kama temporary ukingojeanga stima ikuje.
Sina wasiwasi. Nimesema tu wakati itakuja nitatumia tu.
Uko na in case time ikose kukuja, unaweza panga ku-expand pia hii solar ikuwe kubwa zaidi ama hapo iko sawa?
Ya panel ni expand ikuwe kubwa. Sasa ninasitumia kila kitu ikuwe sawa kwa nyumba.
Aha. The 2 solar panels have definitely created an affordable power solution for his family. However, the system he has installed caters for just that, basic items. How affordable is this system? I met Albert Ouma, an award-winning renewable energy consultant, at his rural home, and I wanted to find out if this system is applicable anywhere in the country that power grid is not within reach. So in this home, the setup is fairly simple.
Yeah.
So it's just the panel, the batteries.
Yes. This home has 2 kinds of systems. They have the pay-go system or the plug-and-play system, and then they have another setup where they have a battery and a panel. Now for the pay-go systems, they normally provide lighting and also TV entertainment. Now for the other system, an individual homeowner can make a decision that I want to buy a solar system. Then they walk into a shop, they identify a battery and a panel, and they come installed. So for example, in this home, you'll find their TV has a separate panel and a battery that runs it.
How much ideally would this cost the homeowner?
You know, for the system to work, the approach is normally on pay-go system, where you find they're paying a specific amount of money every day for the system to run. So the vendors who sell these systems has to ensure, first of all, that it is working until they recover all their money. And any issues to do with the repair and maintenance, any defaults or defects, then they are able to come and rectify so that they are able to recover their money. Oh,
so they're the ones who would ideally come and do it. The cost is not for repair and maintenance is not going to go to the homeowner?
No, it's not going to go to the homeowner between in that contractual period where they are still recovering their money. Now, post that, normally they build capacity, so they identify local installers whom they are able to train on basic troubleshooting, repair and maintenance. The homeowner in this case has bought a TV that can run on both DC and AC.
And AC.
Yeah.
And what's the absorption rate of this solar system in the locality?
Across the homes around, you will find a solar system in place. The grid just reached here not long ago, less than a year ago. The homes around didn't have electricity. So what was providing their basic needs of lighting and entertainment has been basically solar. And they have been able to continue that way, even if the grid is there, because sometimes the grid also has their power failures once in a while. So their life will still continue even without the grid.
This system is good. It caters for a number of needs for such a home. However, what if I own a home that requires me to power more than my TV and lighting, and I still want to live affordably by saving the cost of electricity? I want a solar solution that caters for more than just the basics. Is there a solution for me? We caught up with Albert in Riru in Kiambu County, hoping to get answers. So we seem to be under a very sophisticated roof right now. This is a very interesting shade. Can you tell us what's happening here?
Yeah, this is a solar installation system. It's powering this house below us. So basically it just consists of panels, what is otherwise known as modules, and battery backup. So the panels, of course, are charged from the sun's radiation, and then they generate power that now is stored in the battery. Now the house is now running on solar from the battery that has been charged by the panels. Yeah.
The house is running from solar 100% because hizi ni kubwa, alafu zile solar mimi nimezoea ni zile niliona kama zile ziko pale, zile ziko za maji peke yake. So hii ni maji gani hii tunachemsha na nguvu hivi?
The house has its requirement. It has appliances. What we call appliances, the TV, the fridges, the lighting that it needs to be powered. So based on that, now a system is designed, taking into account the requirement, the power requirement in the house. We have like 8 panels here and 4 batteries here. So at the moment, the house is running 100% on solar. Although there are other other loads, what we call loads or appliances that are currently not powered, like the cooker, iron box, heating appliances in the house. You have to properly design for them. Otherwise, they also affect the life of the battery.
Currently, yes, it is 100% on solar. But in a full day, it's not 100% on solar. It's still connected to, the power grid, yes?
Yes, the system works automatically, but the rest of other loads are running 100% on solar. When the sun is sufficient and everything else is on in the house, then they will draw their power from the solar system.
Does it drain the batteries completely? Wakati unatumia ina drain completely, then ndio sasa steamer ina kick in, ama how does it work?
So it works such that there's what is called depth of discharge. When you are drawing your power from the battery, it reaches a level where beyond which now it cuts off, and now the grid comes on now to supply your power requirements. That is a protective mechanism for the batteries so that they can last longer. So as you are discharging the battery, you are reaching a level of 50%, then now it turns to the power from the grid.
Lakini sasa hii ni kazi mingi sana. Ama lazima uende uswitch, sasa tuko solar, sasa tuko steamer.
No, the system is automatic. It works automatically.
Completely.
Yeah. There's no human intervention. There's no human intervention. It just works automatically by itself. Knows that I've reached a level where now the grid needs to come in to supplement. Reaches a level where it knows now the power from the solar is what now needs to come on. Yeah.
Na mimi kitu ninakumbuka kutoka nikiwa mtoto, nilikuwa nikiambiwa, ukitaka kutumia solar na TV ni kale ka gretul, kale ka black and white ile ya kuwekelea nini ya rangi. Ukitaka fridge lazima ikuwe a special kind of fridge. If you want, it has to be very specialized. But that is not the case in this house, is it?
No, that's a misconception. The solar just provide power just like the power from Kenya Power. The power from the panels is DC, it goes to the battery, and then from the battery now it goes to the appliances. Now the inverter now takes it back to AC so that now the appliances can run on AC.
Nikicharge simu yangu, sababu nasikia kama tunakatazwa saa zingine kucharge simu na ile kitu ya gari. Sasa tunaambiwa sasa ukicharge na solar ni hivyo. Hiyo simu battery uipatie 2 months imeanza kufura.
When you buy your phone, it comes with a charger. The charger is specific to what voltage and current goes into your phone. Now the user needs to know what are the output parameters for that system. So if you are giving your battery more than what it needs, then you're destroying it. But now with those plug and play systems, sometimes there is that challenge. But I think with the new regulation from EPRA, there's a draft regulation. They are coming in to now regulate those vendors that are supplying the solar home systems to ensure that there's quality and they are made according to certain standards.
But sasa mimi kama mwananchi wa kawaida, how will I know?
There are those who have access to information and they are aware of what is in the market. But now in the rural setup, normally off-grid areas without grid, for them, what is most important to them is access. So these products are designed specifically for their consumption. And there has been a lot of influx and a lot of support, even from the international community, to promote energy access in those rural and deserving areas. So that is where we call them solar home systems. So you find it comes with lighting, and also for charging and for just running the basic whatever requirements in the house, power requirements in the house. But for these others, like this one, the owner must be aware of what they want. Yes, so the needs are different.
So where I live,
Yes.
we use, I believe, just this water heating solar panels.
Yeah.
And one thing I know is that when I moved in there, I unfortunately moved into that house in the month of July.
Yes.
So I really waited for hot water. The month of July, there was a lot of cloud cover. And that meant hakukuwa na enough solar to charge the panels. What happens in that kind of situation? There are those that will...
Yes, there's the one that heats water,
Yes.
called a solar water heating system. It relies on the heat of the sun to heat water.
Yes.
It's specifically to provide hot water requirements. Okay?
Yeah.
Then we have solar PV, solar photovoltaic. That one now provides power. It relies on the ultraviolet radiation of the sun to generate power that now goes into your appliances to power them.
Are we then saying that the ultraviolet radiation cannot be limited?
The ultraviolet radiation is limited because it comes from the sun. If you have cloud cover, a lot of cloud cover, or it's raining, and so it cannot penetrate the cloud, or enough of it is not penetrating the clouds to reach your panels, then of course generation of the power is minimized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you think he can be able to run power in this house, because you already know the design, already know the power requirements? If say there is cloud cover for like a week, will he still be able to get power in this house? Not the thickest cloud cover, but just the cloud cover without rain.
With the design done in this house, of course they can run for 2 days autonomy on solar. And whenever you are doing a design, you have to determine your days of autonomy. Meaning, worst case scenario, no power generation. Whatever you've stored is what you are releasing to power your appliances. So for this house, it's 2 days. But if you do more days, then you need more batteries, more panels. So again, it's a balance of cost and those technicalities. So the owner, whoever is financing, again will tell you whether it's whether they want 2 days, 1 day. There are those who go for 1 day, but that now will mean more cost for the project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ideally, the math is what I would spend every month for electricity tokens against what I will spend in entirety getting this set up. Okay. So with the amount that I will have spent, what duration of time would it take to say sasa tume break even? Hapa ndio tumefika sasa, ile amount yenye tungetumia na tokens sasa ndio tumetumia na Kenya tulitumia na solar panel. Sasa tuko freestyle sasa. Yes. We've reduced our costs completely.
Whenever you're investing in solar, you either look at it like you're financing it from your pocket, so it means the cost of capital is zero.
Yeah.
In such a scenario, you are going to have a payback of around 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. Yes. Now, when you take a loan to finance the project, the payback will be longer because of the interest. Yeah. So that again will be around 7 to 8 years. Yes. So
battery inasumbua watu sana. Kwa nini?
People have been using the lithium, the lead acid batteries, where you add the acid and the rest, but they have a lifetime. Of course, after some time, again, you have to buy new ones. But the technology has been evolving. Now we have lithium ion or the maintenance-free batteries. So those ones tend to last long, up to 7 years. The battery component, as I said earlier, is what makes it expensive. But because after some time you have to replace the battery.
And how long, for example, for these types of batteries?
This one will take 7 years.
In saying that this system will eventually be cheaper,
yes,
have we put that cost kwa hiyo hesabu, the cost of the batteries?
Yes, yes.
So why has there been no widespread adoption of solar power as a system of power?
For the solar home-based systems, I think around 2016, 17, from 2014, there was a high uptake of that. And the other aspect, of course, has been the electrification of the country. The country has now, I think our electrification rate, energy access is now at 76%. So it means a lot of people, the grid is reaching so many communities, so many households. So what the effect of that, of course, is that, as I told you, people have different needs. For some people, it's the access. They want access, energy access. For some people now, they are looking at backup. So of course now the financing aspect now comes in. I already have the grid, but I want security in terms of reliability of power. Then that means that now let me invest in solar. But for some, once they already have the grid, of course at 76% is a very high. It's a very high rate. Actually, in East Africa, we are the only country above 75. So that probably might be slowing down the uptake of solar.
Clearly, the uptake has been taken to the maximum in this house. Everything in this house is solar powered, from the house lights, the appliances inside the house, the electric fence, and the security system. Where are we placing solar? Is it the affordability side, or is it on the costly side?
I think now it depends on whom you're talking to. Yeah, there are those who, in terms of affordability, that is an issue to them. There are those who now are looking at reliability of power, so that they are comfortable.
Reliability in itself brings affordability.
Yes, affordability has been taken care of, or reliability has been taken care of. Of course, now they are going to spend less in running those appliances, so they'll be paying little as they used to pay. Solar has so many benefits, economic, environmental and social. So in terms of economic, of course, we talked about reduced expenses of buying electricity. There's also the aspect of energy security in the country. When we demand less from the grid, of course, that power can be distributed to those who deserve it. Again, in terms of environmental, there is the aspect of the carbon footprint reduction. Emission, Kenya has its targets through its nationally determined contributions to reduce its greenhouse gas emission by 33% by 2030. In terms of social, of course, we talked about the indoor air quality. When those emissions are reduced, we have fresh air in the environment. And of course, even for the rural areas, they use paraffin for lighting and the rest. When they use solar now, the risk of respiratory diseases are minimized, are reduced. So that helps. That's how solar benefits the population. Of course, it's reliable. You know, for example, if you have the grid and solar at the same time, then you know your livelihood is not interrupted. Most of the time, power has gone off. Now you are stuck. There's nothing you can do. So, yeah, you ensure that your life is comfortable.
Chelsea win.
Awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. I will always watch Chelsea
or Arsenal lose, yes.
And Arsenal lose, not all. And Arsenal lose. All right. Now, whether you live in the city or in the village far away from the power grid, you can still reduce your cost of living by going with solar options. Dominic has lived off the grid for 6 years. It can be done. His family and this one share a common need: to save that extra coin from the various solar systems that have been installed. Haven't I shown you how to build and live affordably? My name is Martin Tujenge. This is Tujenge. See you next week.